Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're doing a review of the Ptula Body Noir collection. This is launching on December 15th at 12 p.m. Eastern time. And my code Catherine, it used to be 5% off, but it gives 10% off now. And the launches just keep coming in December. So if you are all shopped out, you know what? Me too. Feel free to skip this video or just watch for the fun of watching with no intentions of buying. I don't know what's going on this year, but everyone has decided to have major launches in December when normally we're all done. And I think I speak for everyone when I say we're tired, but I also get put in this tough position of not wanting to leave you guys hanging if you are curious about these pieces. So for the fun of it, we are going to review the collection. There actually are a couple things that I'm excited about, mostly the print. I fell in love with the Buff Bunny plaid print in their Out of the Woods collection a couple years ago, maybe 2 years ago at this point. And Ptula is doing this beautiful houndstooth, and something about a houndstooth gingham plaid. I've always just been obsessed with those prints. So I was very excited to see that they are coming out with one in this collection. So the Body Noir is a lot of like muted berry tones. So we have like this nice garnet red. There's a nice like deep kind of ashy purple. We have the black. We have the houndstooth. So although the timing is not great in my opinion, I do think this collection is kind of fun. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting out with the bras, we have the Aura cutout bra. So almost everything in this collection is made out of their classic Sierra fabric. I really like their Sierra fabric. It's kind of equivalent to like a Buff Bunny Newbury. It is kind of like a thicker brushed fabric, brushed inside and out, super soft, but it still has a good amount of stretch, but it's not like ultimate naked feel. It still has like a little bit of hold. So I love their Sierra. And they have a good range of bras in this collection, a bunch of new ones as well. So this one has a slight scooping neckline, little ruche detail in the front. There is an elastic band along the bottom with a little cutout. They have this cute gold hardware detail that attaches the straps. We do have removable cup pads as well, gold bar logoing across the collection, and then these skinny little spaghetti straps that kind of twist in the back for a cute little strappy design. So let's try this one on. All right, here we have the Aura cutout bra, and you can see when I don't adjust it, you honestly don't even really see that cutout. Sometimes I find that happens with larger busts. You kind of just like eat up those little cutouts and you can't see them. So just keep that in mind. You may not see it a whole lot. The bottom band is nice and secure, but not overly tight. I would say overall this runs true to size, if not maybe a tiny bit on the big side. I do feel like the straps could use a little bit more lift. And unfortunately on this one, the straps are not adjustable. So I find the straps to just be a tiny bit long. Overall, I would say this is medium coverage. We have just a tiny bit of side boob and it is scooping. I get some cleavage, but I don't feel like I'm falling out of this one. Ruche detailing, the cup pads feel like a good size. I would say this is mostly large bust friendly as long as you're not expecting a lot of support. This still does definitely lean towards the smaller busts. The support though is low. We can see the little double gold circle detail that attaches the straps. And then you have this super cute strappy design in the back. I just love this little open strappy moment. So it's a good light impact bra. I may fall out a little bit out of the center area. I could see that, but overall this is something I would feel comfortable wearing to the gym, just not a ton of support. Next we have the Eclipse racerback sports bra, and I did get this one in the houndstooth. So this one has a V neckline with some flattering seam details up in the front. There's an elastic that's hidden along the inside of the bra, so from the outside it looks seamless, but there is a little elastic in there for some support. The straps are spaghetti straps, but they are adjustable and they crisscross in the back, and again you have one of those gold bar logos. Removable cups as usual. Let's try this on. All right, here we are. We definitely have a scooping neckline. This one is an interesting fit for me because it feels like, I guess maybe it could be up here if I adjust the straps a little bit more. The bottom band is a little bit snug on this one, so keep that in mind, but then the rest of the bra doesn't feel quite as snug. So I would say this one's true to size, but I probably wouldn't size down because that little elastic may cut into you. Scooping neckline, overall I'd say medium coverage. Good side boob coverage, but just a tad more cleavage compared to the Vixen bra. And the support on this one is definitely more of a light support with those spaghetti straps. You see those little contour seam details. This seam we definitely see a lot throughout the leggings as well. And then in the back, the straps are adjustable, very open in the back as well. very open against the lats, so you shouldn't get any cutting in there. So I'd say this one is true to size. This one's also BTC friendly, but again, not high support. And you get that kind of smooth, seamless appearance of this one. It almost just looks like a little tank because you just get that little band along the inside. Next, we have the Vixen sports bra, another slight V-neck, and we have those little gold strappy details as well. This one has kind of a double strap detail in the front. It has a slightly thicker strap next to this super skinny one. This one is meant to be aimed towards larger busts, so we'll see if I find that to be true. It looks like it's going to have good coverage. Then you have about an inch elastic along the bottom that has this little overlay detail in the middle. Removable cups again. The straps are straight up and down, and then they are adjustable as well, and all of the hardware is gold. And then there's just a tiny little strap that kind of connects the two in the back. Let's try this on. All right, here we are with this one. Definitely getting good coverage out of this. I would say medium to full coverage. We have full side boob coverage and just a tiny peak of cleavage, but you're not gonna fall out of this one. I also like how the overlaying elastic bra bands here kind of create an inverted V effect that I find very flattering. And the support is definitely a little bit better on this one. Potentially medium support, between light to medium and medium. And you kind of see those little split straps at the front. I'm not sure I love this. It feels really thin, and I know it's not there necessarily for support, but it almost is just too much, especially when you had to sew on either side and you just get that bulk and that little stitch kind of sticking out there. So I'm not loving that tiny little strap that's holding things together. I think I would have preferred if it was a little bit more simple. This one is fitting much more true to size. If you're in between, you could really go either way. And the straps are adjustable on this one, so we can turn to the back and the straps get a little bit thicker. They are a little bit more adjustable, and then you just have that tiny strap connecting in the middle. Again, like, these are very, very thin straps, so I honestly do worry about the longevity of them. They should be okay. And then that little gold bar detailing in the back. This one, I would consider this more BTC friendly. It's not a high support option, but you do have a little bit more coverage. But I do think smaller busts would also look flattering in this one. The reversible comfort bra is also making its way back in the houndstooth with just plain black on the other side. This bra, like the name suggests, is reversible, so you can wear it inside and out. It's a long line V-neck sports bra, and there are no cup pads in it because the difficulty with being reversible is that you don't really get that cup pad hole. And honestly, the more I wear this bra, we have had it a couple times this year from Ptula, the less I like it. Whenever I'm at the gym in this bra and I'm wearing it and I'm leaning over, I'm doing things for back day, like rows, things like that, I have to adjust myself a lot. I definitely want to fall out of the middle of it. So if you're a little bit more narrow set in the chest, I would be warned with this one. And I just don't get a lot of shaping out of it because it doesn't have cup pads or anything. It's definitely comfortable. It's definitely more of a bralette feel. But for me, especially for this launch, I think there are better options. For a top option, we have the Siren crop. So again, I got this in that houndstooth. This is kind of a rounded square neckline top, and it has a slightly thicker than spaghetti strap, but I wouldn't quite call it a tank strap. And then it does turn into an adjustable strap in the back. It has some seam detailing in the front. There's a little seam that's kind of right along the neckline, and then also some of that kind of corset seam detailing that we see throughout the collection. And this does have a full built-in bra with an underbust elastic and cup pads. All right, here is the crop. And this might actually be my favorite out of all the bras. I feel like it's trying to do the least. It's just trying to be a regular top. So this one is fitting very true to size. The inner sports bra fits like their normal size small sports bra, and this is definitely a cropped length. We get a couple inches below the sports bra. So if you are wearing the leggings with this top together, most people, they will overlap and be a kind of meet and greet because the leggings are so high rise. For me, since I have a very long torso, I'm seeing just a little bit of skin here. You can see that one little strip of fabric up at the top. I'm not really sure what we were doing with that, but I don't hate it. It's just like, it's not super noticeable. It's just a little bit different. And then you get those kind of corset style seams along the front. The straps are a little bit strange. They kind of widen. They go from like a thin spaghetti strap to slightly wider, and I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. Overall coverage is medium to full, and support is low to medium. And then the back, we have adjustable straps, very plain across the back there. And I just love the houndstooth. I think it's so fun. It's so rare to find prints like this. I saw a couple brands doing this. I think Lululemon had maybe a plaid, Aloe had a plaid. Someone had a houndstooth, someone had a plaid. So I'm glad that we get one from Ptula because the no front seam is very important. So then our next and only legging of the launch, we have the Siren leggings. And I did get 2 pairs just to show the differences because the Houndstooth just has a simple waistband with no additional detailing, but the Solid Colors has this little corset and lattice detailing in the back. So keep in mind a little extra detailing on the solids. So if you love the Sierra leggings, you will probably love these, but there are a couple changes. So these are made of that same Sierra fabric, and these do have a very similar fit and structure to the Sierra leggings, except they have some additional details and the seams are a little bit different. So we can see all of the seams are this slightly more like round type stitch, and that matches the little corset style detailing as well. And that's the same all the way down the inside of the leg as well. So this is a difference from the Sierra legging. They come in a 23 and 26 inch inseam as normal for Ptula. The back waistband seam, again, is that kind of rounded seam. And these do have an elastic up the back rise as a hidden scrunch, similar to the Sierra leggings. It's not a ton of glute separation, but it just gives you a little bit of enhancement, kind of defining the cheeks in the back. Then we get into the differences from these and the Sierra leggings. The Sierra leggings already had a high rise and they decided to increase the rise by an entire inch. I feel like every other brand this year is lowering the rises bit by bit, and Ptula's like, nope, 10-inch rise. So if you have a short torso, you are just going to be eaten up by these leggings. They are literally going to go to your sports bra band. So I just really wish they didn't do that. If they were going to add a little bit more distance to the waistband, maybe like lowering this part of the rise, or I just really don't think that the waistband really needed to be increased. I think they did it just so there was more room for this little lattice design, but we'll see when they're on. We'll compare side by side to the Sierra leggings, and just to show the details of the Houndstooth, they still have those rounded seams, but it doesn't have that corset lattice detailing. The Siren leggings also do have a triangle shape gusset, which is consistent with the most recent Sierra legging launch. The Sierras used to have more of an oval ellipse shaped gusset, which honestly, I feel like worked a little bit better for preventing camel toe than the triangle. The triangle honestly doesn't help as much. So sometimes I do get tension in the crotch in the Sierras with that triangle gusset. So we'll see if it's the same for these. Okay, here we are with the Siren leggings. So they're definitely an increased rise, but it's not the highest I've ever seen. So I would definitely consider these ultra high. They are going above the belly button, but honestly, some of the old Buff Bunny leggings were like even higher than this. Sometimes I look back at how high the legging waistbands were, and I'm like, were the short girls just suffering for all this time? Because I'm here with like the longest torso in the world, and they're like objectively high on me. Like, how are you guys doing? Because honestly, I'm glad that we're kind of like coming to like a middle of the road waistband these days. But anyways, this is definitely ultra high, but for me, it's not insane. If you do have a shorter torso, you have been warned, this will be very high on you. Double thickness waistband. I do think the seam details are really cute, and the waistband itself is quite thick, so you are getting some compression there. But I would say overall, compared to the Sierra leggings, which can run a little bit snug, I'm not feeling super overwhelmingly compressed in these. I'm feeling just a solid like medium compression, just a little bit of hold, nothing crazy. So I would stick true to size on these. I have both stayed true to size and sized up in the Sierras, and these ones I do think would be a little bit big on me if I sized up. So if you're in between, I would still size up, but generally true to size. We have that no front seam, and I'm not sure that I loved that they used that more prominent rounded seam on the inner thigh seam, because I think it just makes it a little bit more prominent, but it's not a huge deal breaker for me. We do have that triangle gusset, which I'd say is pretty minimally visible. I'm not feeling a lot of crotch tension in this, but I will work out in these and update as needed. We have no side seams here, and then we have that hidden scrunch. Nice medium to high on the booty scale. You can see they're not giving us full glute separation, but it is giving a little bit of contour to just kind of distinguish between the glutes. The seam on me is sitting right on my hip bone, which is ideal. Some of that seam detail, the lattice work in the back. I do think these are very pretty leggings. Honestly, I was a little bit worried about them, and I'm liking them a lot more than I thought. You do get a little bit of cellulite coverage in the Sierra fabric because it is a little bit on the thicker side, especially in these darker colors, so these should be good. And this fabric also just gives a lot of stretch. I wouldn't consider this a summer legging. It definitely is a little bit on the warmer side. And these are the 26-inch inseam, which is my ideal length. So yeah, I actually do like these overall. If you are upset with all the brands lowering the rises, we got that ultra high rise for you here. And all these colors should be very squat proof because the Sierra fabric is very opaque and very dense. Okay, I actually got the houndstooths in a medium because I thought they would run a little bit small, but I definitely feel like I have some extra fabric in the crotch. The rise is getting even longer now that these are in a medium. I mean, this is truly like way over the belly button, so I may need to exchange these for a small, but this is just more proof to stick true to size because the size up is just going to be a little bit loose. I'm getting light compression on these. I could see them sliding down a little bit. The rise is going to be even higher. I just wanted to show the houndstooth just because I do love this print and just to show that it doesn't have any of that seam detailing in the front there. Okay, I just went to my solid core class, wore the leggings. They overall performed well, but we can see in the crotch area, I'm still getting that settling that I have been getting ever since I changed from the oval gusset to the triangle gusset. I get more crotch settling in the Sierras. And that's like the one thing that's been holding me back from the Sierras lately. Like they were like my top hidden scrunch legging last year. And that one gusset change has like made me barely reach for them because after every set in my workout, I'm like pulling them out of my crotch. So maybe it's just because I've had a hard week, but activewear brands have really been letting me down this year. And this year's best activewear of the year is honestly just going to be a roast of every brand that has just made so many mistakes and just not delivered what we should be delivering. Like, but yes, if you have some crotch settling in the Sierras, you will get that in these new Sirens. Personally, I would still get them just for this houndstooth print because I love a print like this and it's so hard to find. But there are definitely things I would change about these, and don't size up. The size small is honestly not too tight anywhere. It fits perfectly. Still very flattering on the glutes and everything. Just, yeah, it continues to want to settle in the crotch. Okay, hi, one more thing. I realized when watching these and when thinking back, they also were definitely sliding down a little bit, even in a size small. So they're not staying up quite as much as I would want them to. And final thing, I was wearing the leggings sitting here editing this video and Peach like clawed my legs twice and no snags or anything. So the fabric is definitely durable. I think there were some versions of the Sierra fabric that pilled, but I feel like they've improved that since and I'm confident in this fabric. I just wish the fit was a little bit better. The next piece I'm definitely excited about because you guys know I love a jacket. So this is the double zip jacket made of that same Sierra fabric. And it's about a hip length jacket, which is again, very ideal for me. I love that length. It is a full zip and it's called the double zip because you can zip it up and you can also zip it up from the bottom if you want it to be open on the bottom. I honestly don't know a situation where I would do that, but it's an option. We have this little mock neck collar. We have full length sleeves. Unfortunately, no thumb holes or hand pockets or anything like that. So this is missing some things that I really love out of a jacket. And although it looks like it doesn't have any pockets, on the back it actually has two slit pockets that you can put your belongings in, your phone in. So while I don't love that they're not zippered pockets, they are at least vertical, so you shouldn't lose anything. And you have some of that same detailing that we've seen throughout the collection, that little kind of rounded stitching. Also a note, the actual zipper is dyed to match to the color of the jacket, but the actual zip guy is like a pewter color. All right, the double zip. So I'm about to zip this up and this always happens with tops for me. Do I need to be wearing an extra small? Because I just have like literally so much space at the bottom here. Oh my gosh. This is more than normal. So I would say this one runs definitely big at the bottom. Anyways, here we are with the double zip. So the sleeves are nice and long. They do go kind of over my hands a little bit, which I like, but if you're gonna make them over the hands, give me a thumb hole. Give me a thumb hole. So a little bummed that we don't have a thumb hole there. The Sierra fabric is great for a jacket. It would be even better for a BBL jacket to like snatch, but I'm not getting any snatching in this size. So overall, I would say size down If anything, my sleeves are not super tight. If you size down and you have a larger bust, it may be a little bit compressive there. But if you want that kind of more like snatched BBL fit, I would probably size down in this. Gold bar logo on the left. This is a hip length. My hips are right here, so this is ending right about at hip length. So not truly cropped, but not an over the hip length. So I do really like this length. A full mock neck, not too tight up there either. And again, you can zip either way, top or bottom. Again, I don't really know when I would zip it like this, but you know, if it is a little bit snug on your waist area, you can always loosen that up. We have that kind of curved seam detailing up the top. And then we have those pockets in the back that fit a phone quite nicely actually. And you have two options, one on either side, as well as some more seam detailing up the back. Overall for this jacket, I do feel like it's missing a couple key elements that I would look for, including thumb holes, and a zipper added to the pocket would make a big difference for me, although I do really like these pockets. But for me, the big thing is the fit. I definitely think this runs big. It's just really awkwardly large at the bottom here because it fits perfectly up at the top. It just like flares away, which is just kind of gives this uncomfortable, like not great look for me. So maybe I'll see if I can exchange this for an extra small and see how that goes. Then we have the Eclipse jumpsuit, and I haven't tried this one on yet, and I'm a little bit nervous because the last time we had a Ptula jumpsuit, they made it really wide in the waist, and I have a smaller waist for my size, so it was like kind of baggy in the waist. So I hope that that's not the case here. Anyways, this jumpsuit does come in two lengths, and I got the 34-inch inseam, and it's a flare jumpsuit. And you guys know, if I'm gonna wear a long jumpsuit, it better have a flare at the bottom because I just feel like it looks strange on me otherwise. That's just a personal preference, but I love how a flare balances me out. So another Sierra fabric piece. So if you're a Sierra girl, you are in luck with this launch. We have a V-neck. It does look a little bit wide in the waist here, I'm not gonna lie. But we have some kind of corset style seam detailing here. It is lined on this front area, but there is not an actual built-in bra. So it's lined with a mesh and it has removable cups, but there's no underbust elastic. So unless it's very compressive, I probably won't be getting a lot of support out of this, but just wanted to show that the whole bodice is lined with that kind of stretchy mesh that holds in the cup pads. So you do get 2 layers of fabric in this body area, and then in the bottom it transitions into 1 layer. The back has adjustable straps and an open keyhole detail. There's also a little scrunch that goes like above the scrunch, more like a gathering detail. These do have an elastic up the back rise, so there is a hidden scrunch on these as well. Again, similar to the Sierra leggings. All right, we got the bodysuit. Again, similar to the last bodysuit, it feels a little bit big in the waist, so I am going to see if I can exchange this for an extra small. I don't know if I'll get this in time to include it in the video. If I do, great. If I don't, then just know my recommendation is if you have a small waist, I would recommend sizing down. I'm a little nervous what that's gonna do for the length because it does actually fit me torso-wise. There's a little bit of strain in the straps here. I mean, the straps are just gonna be a little bit tighter on your traps if you're a tall girly, so just understand that. But overall, I'm getting about a light to medium compression in this. We do have those cups. I'd still say the coverage on top is a solid medium coverage, but it's a low support. And we have that corset seam detailing. It is 2 layers here. There is a layer of that mesh on the inside. If you have kind of a more athletic, like boxy shape, then I think you could stick true to size, but if you want a little bit more waist snatching, you have more of an hourglass, more of a small waist, then I would size down. No front seam, not really getting any discomfort in the crotch, which is good considering the length of this. I love that the straps are adjustable. That's honestly saving me here. And then here we have the back. You have that cutout detail, you have those crisscross adjustable straps, and I'm definitely feeling some of the largeness going on in this area here. So hopefully sizing down will kind of help with that because it's just a little bit big. And this does dip down, but not to the point where you're going to show your underwear or anything, so you're safe there. And the scrunch is not a booty scrunch, it's above, it's like more of like a lumbar scrunch, if you will. And we do have that hidden scrunch there, so these are actually quite flattering on the glutes. These feel a little bit thinner, sometimes lighter colors can feel slightly thinner. And then here is the full length. These actually are thick calf friendly. Ptula has definitely worked on their flares. They used to be really Clydesdale horsey. They definitely still skim the calves a little bit, so I worry with a size down, this may be slightly worse, but honestly, if it fixes everything else. So if you have really large calves, I would expect a slight degree of clinging. It's not really bad, but these aren't the most thick calf friendly. They still are a below the knee kind of moderate flare. They're not super dramatic, but they're not a super skinny flare, and they do come in the 32-inch and 34-inch inseam. So overall, I definitely think this is cute, but there are some fit issues that I'm personally having with this one, so just keep that in mind. Then we have some outerwear and layering pieces. Ptula loves a good sweater, and this is the reversible twist sweater. I got a size small, and it has this twist detail that again can be worn front or back. They paired this often over the bodysuit, which I think is a really cute way to do it. For me, like, it would be hard to wear this because I need to have a bra. So if I were to wear this in the back, you would see my bra. If you were to wear it in the front, it's showing a lot. But it's this nice like mid to heavyweight knit material. Definitely has some good thickness to it. Seems like it's going to actually be a full length, and it's a 60% acrylic, 35% nylon, and 5% merino wool tri-blend. So it does have a nice mixture of fabrics in there. Merino wool is known for being pretty warm, so they added that in there just for a little additional warmth. And it's coming in this oat marl as well as black marl. Okay guys, here is the sweater. It's actually super cute over the bodysuit. A good way to kind of break up the bodysuit if you don't like to wear a full bodysuit with nothing over it. So the twist detail, you can kind of wear it like wide neck like this. You can kind of wear it off one shoulder. Ptula loves a little like slouchy off the shoulder moment, so it's another cute way to wear it. I actually would say it's pretty true to size. It definitely has a slightly slouchy fit, but if you size up too much, it might fall off the shoulder a little bit too much. And the sleeves are a really good length in this size, so I'm liking the size small. Again, the front does twist over, so really this is a sweater you have to wear maybe a little like cami or something underneath, just so you're not exposed, because personally I would have a hard time wearing this without anything underneath. The material feels warm, but not too warm. I mean, it does show a lot of skin, so it's never going to be super warm. And it's not like an itchy sweater material, but it's also not like cashmere soft. So kind of a medium softness. And this is a straight across side back here. Personally, I'd wear it with the twist in the front. This does feel a little bit backwards. It does just kind of gather a little bit at the bottom there, and this whole front situation does feel just like I'm wearing it backwards. So you definitely could wear it like this, and then you'd have the twists in the back kind of show off your sports bra, whatever you're wearing underneath it. But personally, I prefer wearing it the other way. Next, we have the Luxe rib bodysuit. This is a lifestyle piece. It's made of this soft ribbed material that has a little bit of stretch to it, but it also has a little bit of thickness. It's still on the thinner side, but it's not super thin. It actually will keep you a little bit warm. We have a little mock neck. We have long sleeves. And then this bodysuit does not have any snaps, which may be good or bad. Sometimes I do find the snaps to be uncomfortable if you're also like wearing jeans or something and you're sitting on them. They can be a little uncomfortable, but they do make it easy to go to the bathroom. As someone who grew up wearing leotards, if you just like pull this to the side, you don't have to take off the whole bodysuit to go to the bathroom, because you better believe if I was in the studio in my leotard for 8 hours that I was not taking that off every time I was going to the bathroom. No. We pull it to the side. So it's a bikini fit in the front, and then the back is a thong, so you don't have any panty lines. Amazing for me. I honestly always prefer thong. And then there is an invisible zipper that goes up the back for ease of getting it on. Okay, ignore how I look right now. I'm fighting for my life because my neck is bothering me so bad. So anyways, this is the bodysuit. I actually got this a long time ago, but they had some quality issues, so they refined it and now it's finally launching. And I actually really love this one. I love a neckline like this. The ribbed material is really soft, but also very flattering. We have long sleeves, and they go again a little bit over the hands, kind of the perfect slightly slouchy length. I'd say this is true to size, but I do get this a lot in bodysuits where I just get a little bit of extra fabric around the waist area. So if you tend to have that issue in bodysuits and you want a more snug fit, I would size down. This one's actually very long torso friendly. I don't have any strain in my torso, and this is a bodysuit, so It's going everywhere. This does sit a little bit high on the hip. That could be a torso thing, but with a pair of mid to high-waisted jeans, you shouldn't see that. And it is a thong in the back, so you don't get any underwear lines, which again I love. And then you have that hidden zipper in the back, which just looks very seamless. So I actually love this as a lifestyle piece. I've worn this a bunch of times now. Next we have the crew long sleeve tee, and if there's something Ptula does well, it's like a soft flowy tee like this. They just have the best fabric blends for long sleeves. So this is a modal elastane. It's a slightly widened crew neck, so it's not going to sit right up against your neck. And this is a small, but it's definitely going to be a little bit of an oversized fit. We have long sleeves, and I forget what the color name of this is, but it's the off-white, not the bright white. Kind of wishing I got the bright white because this one's just like leaning a little bit more yellow than I would have wanted. All right, here we are with the top. You can just see how much movement this has. It's a nice lightweight, super stretchy, just flowy top, and I think these are very flattering. You have kind of a more fitted sleeve. It's not skin tight, but just a little bit more fitted, but then you have just all this flow across the body. I honestly don't love super oversized tees, but the way this just like drapes over the body I think actually is very flattering. This is a longer length as well. It does go slightly over my butt, slightly over the hips, so I'd say this is an over the hip length. And then the neckline, you can see just kind of a slightly widened crew that just doesn't sit too close to the neck there. So I would say this one's true to size. You can definitely play around with the sizing a little bit. It's never going to be a fitted top though, so I wouldn't try to size down to get it to be fitted. But if you want just a little bit more of an oversized fit than this, you definitely can size up. Very simple, no seams along the back, and then there is a little Ptula tag logo at the bottom right there. This color is slightly sheer when stretched, but because it's kind of a looser fit, it's not something that I would really notice. It's just not 100% opaque in this kind of lighter oatmeal color, as well as the white you probably will notice if you're wearing like a black bra underneath. You may see that a little bit. A couple final pieces launching. Sierra headbands will be available in most of these colors, and it looks to be about like an 1.5 inches wide, not super wide. I have been running in thick headbands, so I would have liked this to be like a nice wide headband that it could cover my ears. It's a little bit thin for that. They also will be bringing back the essential crossbody bags. If you like a crossbody bag, but you feel like a belt bag just isn't quite big enough, I really love the size of their crossbodies. And for my Kindle girlies, it is big enough to fit a Kindle, which is just amazing. So, but it actually has a lot of great pockets, and again, just a really good size, a little bit bigger than your standard belt bag. So yeah, guys, that is everything launching. Again, this is launching on December 15th at noon Eastern time. I hope you guys are also all surviving this end of the year rush. Again, I appreciate you guys all so much. If you are shopping this launch, code Catherine does give me 10% off, but if you're not shopping any of these launches, honestly, I don't blame you. You're always welcome here to hang out with me as we chat about leggings and such. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!